everybody. Today I am going to do a cook with me. It is raining outside today and it has been pouring all day. We have a huge storm that came through yesterday and it's just pouring all day today. So I wanted to do a soup. We live in Florida, so it doesn't really get cold here, but since it's raining, I'm like, okay, we'll just make soup today. Like, we'll just pretend like it's cold. So I am going to do a Panera copycat broccoli and cheddar soup recipe. I got it off Pinterest and I've done it many times. It's simple, it's easy, it's quick. And so I am going to do that. I love to cook. I've done a couple other cook with me's and I want to do a bunch more of them, just to, one, for me to be able to look back on the recipes, because I am a person that likes to put like a little bit of this in it, a little bit of that in it. Like, I don't always follow the recipe and I make my own changes to it and my own twists. So it's nice to have these videos so like I can look back on what I changed about it, because there are so many times when I ask my husband, what did I do? What did I change? And of course he's like, I don't know what you did, I just know you cooked it. So that way I'll be able to do that. And then also, so other people can make these quick, simple recipes, easy dinners. And I really like it because it makes a lot of extras, so you can have lunches throughout the week on it. Normally Saturday and Sunday I cook a bigger meal, so we have leftovers, and it's just easy to grab something if I don't want to cook that night, or for my husband for lunches, he can just grab something real quick. So yes, so we are gonna make broccoli cheddar soup today, and come along with me. Okay, so I am going to look up the recipe, and I just have it on Pinterest. I just have it saved to my boards. So I'm just gonna go to my baking and cooking board that I have, baking and cooking. I have like hundreds of recipes because I love to cook. Oh, I forgot, you can't just go to baking and cooking, you gotta go back. I forgot, you have to do the search on like your main page. I forgot that they like changed all of that. And then like the other thing that throws me off is that the search isn't at like the top of Pinterest anymore. It's like down in. I'm like, I just want to find my recipe. So this is what the recipe looks like. What's this? And I'll put it down below so it's easy to find. That's the recipe. So the original person is Sugary Sweets is who made it. So I just click on it. Well, that's weird. I wonder if it changed. Is there a redirect? Yeah, there's a redirect, yeah. Okay, so I'll post the redirect because it looks like it's like X'd out or whatever. But at the bottom there's like a redirect. Yeah, okay, here it is. Okay, yeah, so I'll copy and paste the website for the redirect for the Panera soup. I guess she must have like changed websites or websites or hosts or something like that. But yeah, so it's super easy. So I always pull up my recipe first, and then I get out all of my ingredients and all of my pans. So let me get to the recipe. They always put the recipe like all the way at the bottom, and you always have to like scroll forever just to get to it. Okay, so I make several different modifications. So this is what the recipe is. You can tell. And then there's just like a couple more ingredients. Okay, so that's what the ingredients are. Now, I am gonna change several of them. The cup of heavy whipping cream, I'm gonna do a substitute for, and I can show you how you easily do that. The carrots, they call for shredded carrots, so like matchstick carrots. You can either buy shredded carrots, you could get carrots and shred them. I am lazy. I am lazy, and if you can have a hack for less work to make a recipe quicker, do it. So what I do is I just get a can of carrots and I just cut them up. So it makes it way easier on me. And like the broccoli, sometimes I'll get heads of broccoli, but other times I'll just have like a huge bag of frozen broccoli in the freezer that's already like cut and everything, so I don't have to do that either. And that just really cuts down on like your cooking time, and you can make the recipe so much quicker and so much easier. So little hacks like that are awesome and are definitely the way to go. So let's get out the ingredients. So we need butter, carrots, broccoli, chicken broth, flour. Okay, so let's start pulling everything out. Pull it all out. We got flour. I need the carrots, flour, carrots. Trying to remember if that's everything in there that I need. And I just set everything up and just have everything like ready to go. I need butter. I'm sure it says unsalted butter, but I'm not fancy. I just use whatever butter I have in the fridge at the time. Cheese. Let's just grab the cheese. Let's see what else I need. Broccoli. I think that's the only other one. It's in the fridge. Is that the broccoli? Okay, let's get the broccoli out. See, I just have like the huge one for Walmart. It's like huge. It's like 32 ounces. It's like huge thing of broccoli. But it's so easy. And like, really, like you don't have to cut it. You don't have to do anything. It's just, honestly, sometimes this is cheaper than getting the heads of broccoli, because I get this at Walmart. It's cheaper. Okay, so it calls for half a cup of onion. My husband and I don't like a lot of onion, so I'm just honestly gonna put like a dash or two in and just call it a day. You can totally do that to pretty much any recipe. Will it change the flavor? Yes, but I find most of the time it's not bad. It's not gonna make it taste awful. It's not gonna make it like unedible or anything like that. It's just, it's personal preference. And so we don't like a lot of onion, so I'll just do like a little dash or two and that's it. And then chicken broth. Okay, chicken broth, I cheat also. I always get the chicken bouillon cubes, or we get the beef bouillon cubes, and so it calls for 1.5 cups of chicken broth. And so what I'll do is I will just get, normally I do one, I'll do 1 bouillon cube per cup, but since it's 1.5, I'll just do 2, like, it'll be fine. Because we're gonna put heavy whipping cream and everything in it too. If there wasn't much more liquid, I wouldn't, but since there's other liquids, it's not a big deal. Because you don't want the flavor to be overpowering, so if there wasn't other liquids, I would probably only do 1, but since there is other liquids in the recipe, we'll go 2. I know we're gonna need salt, I know we're gonna need pepper, heavy whipping cream, I will do that, and salt, pepper, cheese, and that's it. So really super simple. I need to do the heavy whipping cream, and I need to grab out 1.5 cups of water, and I just prep everything. I get everything prepped so that when I like start cooking, I can just like go. And it makes it so much quicker and so much easier if you just have everything out and ready that you need. It just makes it so much easier. Okay, so I've got our 1.5 cups of water, and then we need 1 cup of milk, and then we need that 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. So what I do is, this is like super easy. So I don't always have it in the house, and honestly, like half the time it just goes bad anyhow because I don't use it all. And so you just go to Google, put in substitute for heavy whipping cream, and you'll have a bunch of different options that pop up. Hopefully it'll work. Okay, so the easiest one that I do, which is I thought what it was, but I just wanted to like make sure, is milk and butter. So you can do 3/4 cup of milk and 1/3 cup of butter. That's what my recipe says, so that's the one I'll use. But honestly, like there's so many different options you could do, but because like up here it's like 2/3 cup of warm milk with 1/3 cup of melted butter, which is pretty much the same. You're doing a 2-to-1 ratio is what you're doing. So whichever way you want to do it, That is what you do. And so I just get that ready to start with. So I will put, I'll get out another little measuring thing. I will do 2/3 of milk. Or you can do it as you cook. I mean, you can pick, you know, whichever way you want to do it. I just like to have everything prepped and ready. So, so that it's just easy. So I will get 2/3 of milk. I am pouring it in here. And I will put that here. So you got that. And then your 1/3 of butter. So, and I already have my stick of butter out because we need butter for other stuff. And 1/3 is 5 1/3 teaspoons. So I will just cut that real quick. Okay, so you count 5 1/3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1/3. So you cut. I didn't cut all the way through because I didn't want to mess up my countertops, but so now I have that butter and I just set it right by the milk. You could also put it in the milk or whatever. I'm not worried about heating it because I know we're gonna heat everything. So now that we have all that ready, we have all of our ingredients out and ready to go. Let's start cooking. The broccoli, the carrots, and the butter in there, and now we're going to add in the broth, the milk, and the cream. So I have my 1.5 cups of water. Okay, so I just put in the chicken broth and we are putting in the bouillon cubes right now. So it is the 2 bouillon cubes, so 1.5 of chicken broth. If I can open it. Trying to do it one-handed. I can do it. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we got the bouillon cubes in, and then we need to add the milk. So it is just the milk. Let the milk go in. Okay, so we got the chicken broth in, and we got milk in, and now I need to do the cream. So remember, the substitute is milk and then butter for our heavy whipping cream. That is the sub. Isn't it nice? It's so quiet in here. My husband took the kids to get grocery pickup at Walmart. So it is like so nice that it's so quiet in here and I can just cook. Okay, so that's in there. And then, okay, sprinkle of flour, add salt, pepper, and red pepper flakes if you want them. And then keep stirring it until thickened, and that'll take about 10 to 15 minutes. So pretty much we're gonna put in the rest of the ingredients, and then we will let it cook for 10 to 15 minutes, and then we will add the cheese in once it's thick. So let's go add in the rest of the ingredients. So we have a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour we need to put in. A 1/4 cup. And at this time, I'll switch with this, I'll stay with a spoon, but a lot of times a spoon doesn't really work very well with flour. Normally you want to whisk. And then salt, so we're gonna put a little salt in. Again, I just estimate it's 1.5 teaspoons and then 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. Okay, and so we will, and it says a pinch or two of red pepper flakes. I don't know if I want to do red pepper flakes. I think I might do, yeah, okay, so I have, okay, so it says to do a pinch of crushed red pepper flakes, but I actually have ground red pepper, so I am going to put a couple sprinkles of that in instead, because I don't like the, I don't want to eat like chunks of flakes like with the broccoli and the carrots out, like I don't want that, so we're just going to put in a little bit of the spice, because then you can't really tell that it's in there. And we are just going to mix that up. This pan loves to spin when I mix it with one hand. Like I said, you can see the flour's a little chunky. Normally you would use a whisk for that, or normally sometimes they'll make you, you'll do like a rooks before, but I'll just keep having to stir it a lot to try and get those bumps out. But I'm sure I'll be able to get them out. We're just gonna stir for another minute. Just really try to get all those little bumps out. So it is definitely starting to thicken up. Like you can tell, it's like way thicker. So we're about ready for cheese. It's been about 10 minutes right on the dot. So we are going to add the cheese. I went ahead and I like cleaned up my mess. I like to do it like while things are simmering, because it's just like, it's like the easiest, best thing. So then at the end, like you're just done. It's like, because it says like stir constantly, but as long as you stir it every like minute or two, you're fine. So I'm just gonna get the 2 cups of cheese. Now it calls for cheddar cheese, but I just do whatever cheese we have. We really like the Great Value Fiesta blend, or we just like blended ones. We don't really like the sharp cheddar. So I am just gonna do this. And I am actually just gonna go ahead and turn the heat off, because it's starting to bubble a lot. And I don't want it to get burnt on the bottom, so I am just going to stir. If I can stir it with one hand, which I probably can't, I'm just gonna stir in the cheese. And see, it's starting to really thicken up. The cheese is melting. I honestly will probably add a little bit more than 2 cups. I like it a little extra cheesy. So I'm just gonna stir this continually. Add probably a couple pinches of extra cheese, just because that's just personal preference. We just like a lot of cheese in it. And then I will show you what the final product is. Okay, so this looks pretty much done. Oh, perfect timing, because I just heard the garage door open, which means they're back. I can't remember if I said it before, but they went and did the Walmart grocery order. Tyler took the kids to do that so I could cook, because I needed 30 minutes of quiet. So this is pretty much what the final product looks like. It's thick, it's cheesy, and it is good. So we actually he picked up some French bread when he went to Walmart. Like I got it with the order pickup. And so we're gonna use French bread and dip it in French bread and eat it up. So I hope you enjoyed watching what I do for my broccoli cheddar soup recipe. I will put the link to her recipe, and then I will put what I actually did, because I always change it a little bit. So I will put that link down below, and I'll put my recipe down below. But I hope you enjoyed today's cook with me. I definitely want to do more. If there's a recipe you want me to try, just let me know, and I'd love to try it. I know this one was super simple because I pretty much already had most things prepped, but yes, any more recipes, I'd love to try it. So if you enjoyed today's cook with me, please click the like button and hit subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Let me know what you guys like, any recipes you want me to try, anything like that. But I hope y'all enjoyed today's cook with me, and I will talk to y'all in my next video. Bye y'all.